On the basis of heat exchange, chemical reactions are classified into two types. Those are, first one, exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction, and second one is endothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. So these exothermic and endothermic reactions are classified on the basis of heat exchange. Or these two reactions are classified on the basis of heat exchange. Right now, these two reactions are classified. These two reactions are classified on the basis of heat exchange. Okay, so exothermic and endothermic reactions are classified on the basis of heat exchange. Then we discuss first one, that is exothermic reaction. So what is this exothermic reaction? So what happens during exothermic reaction? So we come to know that these two reactions are classified on the basis of heat exchange. So here, reaction in which heat or light released along with the formation of products. So what is this exothermic reaction? Reaction in which heat or light released along with light released along with reaction in which heat or light released along with the formation of products, So this type of reaction, when the reaction takes place, that time either when the product is going to form, along with formation of product, heat or light is going to be released. So let us consider example for this reaction, exothermic reaction. First example, calcium oxide, CaO, solid form, calcium oxide plus water, it is going to form calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice, plus heat, it is in aqueous solution, plus heat. You all have these things, right? Calcium oxide, when put into the water, calcium hydroxide and some amount of water is going to form, right? And the second example for exothermic is CH4. What is this CH4? Methane gas, right? CH4 plus 2O2, oxygen. So where we are using for burning purpose, right? Here it is going to form CO2 gas is going to release. Along with that, the water molecules is also going to release, that is 2H2O, and some amount of heat, or even when we burn that, so light will also come. So therefore here this reaction is also what we used to say that exothermic reaction, burning. Okay, and in our body also, whatever the food are consuming. Okay, that food is going to react with the oxygen and it is going to break down. What is that? Glucose. What is the glucose? C6H12O6, right? With oxygen. How much molecules of oxygen? So here 6 molecules of oxygen. When it is going to react, the product is going to form 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. We know that energy, heat and light, these are the form of energy. So here, even in food where the glucose is going to break down into the product, that reaction also we used to say that exothermic reaction. So here, exothermic reaction occurs in every cell, provides energy. We know that in our food, whatever the energy we require, that energy is released on the basis of exothermic reaction. So this reaction is also occurs in almost every cell and provides energy to our cells to maintain all the vital functions of our body. Right? So then next, this is the example for exothermic reactions, and some more exothermic reactions are there. Along with that exothermic reaction, we may say that G. You have observed that when you keep ice cubes, when you take the ice cubes, during ice cubes, when water freezes in ice cubes, when to prepare ice cubes, what we used to do? We used to freeze the water. So here, water freezes into ice cubes, the energy is released in the form of heat. Water freezes into ice cubes. 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 The energy is released in the form of heat. The energy released in the form of heat. Therefore, the formation of ice cubes is also an example for exothermic reaction. So here, hope you come to know that what is exothermic reaction? Reaction in which heat or light is released along with the formation of products. Okay. Then another example, lighting of matchstick. When you lighting, that is also the reaction where whatever that phosphorus we are using, phosphorus and sulfur we are using to prepare the matchsticks. So here this matchstick is composed of phosphorus and sulfur. Due to that reaction we are getting light, okay, when we turn on. And that matchstick is also an exothermic reaction. And burning of candles, these all are example for exothermic reaction. Okay, reaction in which heat or light released along with the formation of products. Okay, then next is endothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction, heat is going to release, and in endothermic reaction, the continuous supply of heat is given to the reaction to form a product, or it may be continuous or some amount of heat is going to be supplied from outside. Such reactions are known as endothermic reaction. Okay, take down here endothermic reaction. During chemical reaction, heat is absorbed. During chemical reaction, heat is absorbed. During chemical reaction, heat is absorbed from the surroundings. Heat is absorbed from the surroundings, or has to be supplied continuously from outside surroundings, or has to be supplied continuously from outside. Okay. So here, during chemical reaction, heat is absorbed from the surroundings or has to be supplied continuously from outside. So here, if heat is given from outside or heat is going to be supplied to that reaction, then such reactions we used to say that endothermic reaction. So take down the example for endothermic reaction. Here, the calcium carbonate plus heat. Calcium carbonate plus heat. So here, for the calcium carbonate, heat is given to that calcium carbonate. The products are going to form calcium oxide solid plus what's going to form again? Carbon dioxide gas is going to release. So here, even some more example for endothermic reactions are melting of ice, then melting of solid salt, and then evaporating liquid water. Okay, so here it can be taken as evaporating liquid water. So here, in all these examples, the heat is given from outside. The heat is given from outside and it is continuously supplied. So such type of reactions, what we used to say that endothermic reaction. Such type of reactions are known as endothermic reactions. Hope you understood exothermic and endothermic. Exothermic reaction is what? The heat is going to be released along with the formation of products, and in endothermic reaction, heat is going to be absorbed to form a product. Okay? The difference between exothermic and endothermic. In endothermic, the heat is releasing, and endothermic, heat is going to be absorbed. So these are the exothermic and endothermic reactions where chemical reactions are classified on the basis of exchange of heat or energy. Okay. Then next is oxidation and reduction. These are also another type of chemical reaction, oxidation and reduction. So here the name itself gives the oxidation and reduction. Oxidation means what happens? The oxygen is going to be added to the substance, whereas if hydrogen is removed, oxygen is removed, then we are going to discuss that oxidation and reduction reaction. So first we will go to that oxidation. The reaction which takes place in presence of oxygen. The reaction which takes place in presence of oxygen, or by adding oxygen to that substance, it is going to form some new product. That reaction we used to say that oxidation. Okay, right? Oxidation is what? Any process which involves Point wise I will write oxidation. Any process which involves point wise I am going to explain that one. Addition of oxygen, or non-metallic element, Then removal of hydrogen, or metallic element, Then loss of electrons from an atom or an ion. Loss of electrons from an atom or an ion is called oxidation reaction. Okay, see with what all the type it can be represent oxidation reaction. See, any process which involves, if there is an addition of oxygen, then that reaction also known as oxidation. Or else, if in that reaction hydrogen is removed, then also it is known as oxidation reaction. If, for example, any loss of electrons or ions, cation and anion, we know that. If there is a loss of that electron, then also that reaction is known as oxidation reaction. So we will discuss now with example. And here the substance which can bring about oxidation of other substance is called oxidizing agent. The which substance is going to bring about that oxidation reaction, that is known as oxidizing agent. The substance which can bring about oxidation of other substance is called oxidizing agent. Okay. Which substance is going to produce oxidation reaction of other substance is called oxidizing agent. Okay. So here the example for oxidation. Copper plus oxygen in presence of heat. I think I will give some more space. Copper, okay, then plus oxygen product is going to form 2 copper oxide, 2 molecules of copper oxide. So this reaction is what? See here, the oxygen is added to the copper in presence of heat and it is going to form its oxides. Okay. So here, whatever the substance, when those substances are reacting to the oxygen to form their oxides, those all reactions we used to say that oxidation. Okay. So understood here oxidation reaction. Then next we will move to that reduction. Okay. So in the reduction reaction, what's going to the oxidation reaction is what? The addition of hydrogen and those are going to the substance is going to form its oxides. Any metal, copper oxide, the oxidation reaction, and if magnesium oxide is formed, then it is known as oxidation reaction. Any reaction, any substance is going to oxidate, oxygen is going to add to form its oxides. Those are called oxidation. And next is reduction. Reduction. Any process which involves here. Again for reduction, addition of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen or metallic element. Addition of hydrogen in bracket written or metallic element or metallic element. Then removal of oxygen. Removal of oxygen. So or non-metallic element or non-metallic element. Non-metallic element. Then which involves gain of electrons, non-metallic element or here only or gain of electron, non-metallic element or gain of electrons. So here we write that bracket. Non-metallic element or gain of electrons by atom or anion. By an atom or an ion is called reduction reaction. Is called reduction reaction. Reduction reaction. Okay. So here reduction reaction is what? Any process which involves either the addition of hydrogen, then that reaction is known as reduction reaction, or if oxygen is removed from that reaction, then that reaction is known as reduction reaction, or else if the one of the electron is gained, then also that reaction is known as reduction reaction. And here the substance which can bring about reduction of other substance is called a reducing agent. The substance which can bring about reduction of other substance, reduction of other substance is called is called reducing agent. It's called reducing agent. Okay. So here the substance which can bring about reduction of other substance is called reducing agent. Now take down the example here for reducing agent. What is that? That copper oxide is going to react addition of hydrogen. So here it is going to form copper plus water. So in presence of heat. Okay. So this reaction is known as reduction reaction. In some reactions are there where in the same reaction oxidation as well as reduction takes place. Such reactions are called redox reaction. Redox reaction. What is that? The chemical reactions. So next we will discuss the both in one reaction oxidation as well as reduction takes place. Oxidation and reduction. What is oxidation means what? The addition of oxygen, and in redox reaction addition of hydrogen, or removal of hydrogen is oxidation reaction and removal of oxygen is reduction reaction. The next, in chemical reaction, in a given chemical reaction where oxidation and reduction, in a given chemical reaction where oxidation and reduction both takes place simultaneously. If when in a given chemical reaction where oxidation and reduction both takes place simultaneously are called redox reaction. Redox reaction. Okay. So here RED. So just print off. RED is represent as stands for reduction. RED stands for. So we take here all the caps letter only. RED stands for reduction. RED stands for reduction, and OX stands for oxidation. So therefore, in which reaction both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously, such reactions are known as redox reaction. Okay. So here RED stands for reduction, OX stands for oxidation. Now we will discuss the examples for redox reactions. Okay. So we consider how both the reaction takes place simultaneously in one reaction, that is addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen, or addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Okay. So just now we discussed example. We consider here. Let's consider examples. Copper oxide plus hydrogen gas. Copper oxide plus hydrogen gas is going to form copper plus water. Is going to form copper plus water. Right? So here take down H2 to H2O. Just a minute, I will write it little bit down. So then to mark properly. Take down here copper oxide plus H2O. Copper plus water. Copper plus water. So here the H2O where the addition of hydrogen. So here, addition of oxygen, that is oxidation. Okay, and here removal of oxygen, that is reduction. Okay, and in this, which is the oxidizing agent here? Copper oxide is what? It makes a copper. So here it helps to get the reduction reaction. So therefore copper oxide is what? Copper oxide is what? Which helps the substance which helps to get the oxidation. Okay. So here it is a oxidizing agent because oxygen is removed. Okay. Then next is reducing agent. Which one reducing agent? H2. Oxidizing agent. And here H2 is what? Reducing agent. Next, this is the first example. Then take down second example here. Fe2O3. Just a minute. I will write it in. Here only I will write. It is a oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. And H2 is what? Reducing agent. Reducing agent. Okay. Then take down second example. That is Fe2O3. Fe2O3 plus 3CO carbon monoxide 3CO which gives 2Fe plus 3CO2. 3CO2. Okay. So here which is going to release the oxygen? So here removal of oxygen. This is what? Reduction. This is what? Reduction. Okay. And here the addition of oxygen, 3CO was there and now it becomes 3CO2. So therefore this is oxidation. Oxidation reaction. Whereas 3CO undergoes oxidation to form 3CO2 and Fe2O3 reduced to form undergoes reduction reaction to form 2Fe. Okay. So here this is oxidizing agent and CO is the reduction agent. Okay. Reducing agent. Write down here Fe2O3. Fe2O3 is a oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. Whereas CO is a reducing agent. Reducing agent. Okay. So here what we used to say that the redox reaction, whereas oxidation as well as reduction takes place simultaneously. So oxidation means what? Addition of oxygen. Reduction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen. So that's why I have given you the point wise when we used to say that oxidation and reduction. Either if in the reaction oxygen is added, then also we can say that it is oxidation reaction, and if the hydrogen is removed in that reaction, then also we can say that oxidation reaction, or else if any electrons are added, then also we can say that oxidation reaction. So read all those points and apply here and practice these reactions, so that when a reaction is going to take place, when it is going to remove the oxygen or addition of hydrogen, so when we are going to say that oxidation and reduction. One thing remember, if in easy way, addition of oxygen, oxidation, addition of hydrogen, reduction. Okay, it is of about addition. Now, if you are going to consider the removal statement, if removing of hydrogen from the reaction, that is oxidation reaction, and if the removal of oxygen, that is reduction reaction. Okay, hope you understood. Just practice this equation, will come to know that redox reaction and oxidation reaction. These are the another two types of chemical reactions. Okay children, now we are discuss the different types of chemical reactions, and some more two concepts are there where during these reactions, because of oxidation, we are getting some metal substances are going to damage, they are going to lose their efficiency, and sometimes some food products are going to spoil, the foodstuffs are going to spoil. Then why they are going to spoil, and what we used to say those concepts or those process. Okay, if the by the oxidation, due to oxidation process or oxidation reaction, some metals are going to damage, some metal articles you can take, or substance you can take, you take metal articles are going to damage, So such process we used to say that corrosion. What is that? Such process is known as corrosion. Corroded. Okay. The process we used to say that corrosion. Corrosion means what? So here some metallic varies, even oxidation process, and also some atmospheric changes also. Oxidation reaction and also atmospheric changes. Some metal articles or some substance are going to damage. Okay, result, that's process we used to say that corrosion. So already we know that especially we come to know that the iron articles are going to corrode. That reddish brown layer is going to form on the surface of those articles. That is what we used to say that rust. Okay, that reddish color layer is going to form the surface of iron articles, that is known as rust, and it is because of corrosion. And one more concept is that, what is that? Rancidity. Okay, this corrosion. Another one is rancidity. So here rancidity means what? Again, due to oxidation only, the food stuff. So when the foodstuffs or oil, okay, are getting the foul smell, foul odor, that is because of the process is known as rancidity, and it is because the air is going to enter that food particles. We have seen that all the pickles and some food containers, we are going to keep it in airtight. Why? Because the air should not, oxygen should not enter into those containers to spoil because here it takes oxidation reaction. To prevent oxidation reaction, what we use? We have to use antioxidants. Antioxidants are going to use to prevent oxidation reaction. So children, here it completes your chemical reaction and equations chapter. Okay. And we have discussed in this chapter